Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are listening to me. Welcome to another episode of Wealth Building Conference. My name is Oludare Fasola. So today we're going to be diving into another topic that we help you as an entrepreneur and as an insurance agent to build your business. So wherever you are joining me, I want you to please uh, type in your name and where you are joining from. If you are joining from Canada, type your name and say Canada. If you are joining from United Kingdom, if you are joining from United States, any part of the world that you are joining me. So just for us to get to meet each other again. As part of this meeting, I also want you to share this to your friends, to your colleagues who also looking to scale and grow their business. Information is very key in this part of the world. So we are sharing this information to you. So don't be selfish. Try to share this to as many people as possible so that they can also benefit from this amazing presentation. So once again, welcome back. It's going to be very, very interactive and engaging. All right. So we're going to be asking a lot of questions. So please feel free to type your questions on the comment sections in order for us to address. And at the end of the presentation as well, we're going to be asking questions from the participants, those people that join. And we don't want to just share this alone because a lot of people go to presentations and at the end of the day, they attend webinars, they attend seminars, but they don't take action. So I would really encourage you to kindly please take actions. Whatever we learn here today, it will be very, very, nice if you can take action. So don't just listen to it. Implement everything we're going to discuss here today so that it will help you to scale your business. Once again, you're welcome back. So I'm going to quickly go ahead and share my screens in order for us to present. So the topic we're going to, discuss today is how to position yourself as an authority in your niche. How to position yourself as an authority in your niche. Now, this is the mistakes I made. I can serve everybody. Like I can, everybody is my client. Everybody is my ideal, client. But the truth of the matter is that you cannot serve everybody. You need to have your own niche. You need to have your own areas of specialization. You must have your market, right? Think about it. If for example, as an insurance agent, right, you want to make sure that you have a specialization. Like, say for example, you specialize in immigrants looking to build wealth, or maybe you specialize in medical professions trying to reduce taxes and build wealth for them and all of that. So you must properly define your niche and have enough knowledge and expertise to do that. So we're going to be looking into how do you properly position yourself, because a lot of people want to scale, but they lack this important aspect of their business. So let's quickly look at the first thing, right? Why authority matters. Number one, it actually creates more influence and more impact. If you want to scale, all right, you must have more influence, because the more influence you have, the more impact and income. Again, number two, authority build instant trust. Think about it. If you want to scale and you want to grow, all right, you must build trust in the marketplace. People buy from the people that they trust, right? So for you to be able to create a niche, scale, build an authority, people must trust you. Number three, people follow expert, not amateur. I want you to type expert. Please type expert. People follow expert. Type expert. Now, what do you mean by expert? You understand that I learned this. If you look at the medical field, like medical doctors, we have surgeon, we have dentists, we have we have different expert. And you agree with me that those experts, they are well paid more than just general medicine or people that specializes in, in generally. Okay, so think about it as an entrepreneur, as an insurance agent as well, right? You must have a dominance. You must have an area, your key strength that people call you any day, anytime. You should be able to dissect and talk about it without any. So if you really want to scale, right, you must be an expert. And of course, people want to deal with an expert, not amateur. Now, what is authority? Okay, authority is the perceptions of being the go expert, right? If you are an insurance agent or an entrepreneur, all right, you must be the go expert. People must always say, oh, I really want to deal with this person because he has these specialized skills, he has this knowledge, he has this, this special, interest in this area. All right. And that is the way people see you. If you want to scale, you must position yourself as an expert in your field. Again, built through consistency, result, and visibility. If you want to be an expert, you must be consistency. Repetition is the key. Everybody just write step repetition. Built repetition. Repetition is the game of an expert. Being able to do one thing over and over again is what makes them to be different from other people. I used to say this, right? The smartest people that really build well, people that are very, very, people that have special skills in a certain area, it's not because they are smart, all right? It is because they understand the power of repetition. They do one thing over and over and over again. And that's what makes them to be an expert. Again, authority is equal to trust plus credibility and relatability. If you want to position yourself very well, you must have these three things. Everybody write authority equal to trust plus credibility and relatability. Please, authority is equal to trust plus credibility and relatability. If you want to be an authority, if you want to position yourself in your niche, you must be able to do these three things. You must be trustworthy, you must be credible, and you must be relatable, right? Think about it. Everybody, if you are in a sales, right, if people don't trust you, they cannot relate with you. And it actually starts from the way you position yourself, right? I've seen that in many cases. Some people will tell you, I'm an insurance agent. When you go to their LinkedIn account, you see this analyst there. You go to their Facebook account, you probably see cybersecurity there. This is trust issue. People don't really know what you really stand for. So you must be able to build that trust. Now, let's look at entrepreneur versus salesperson. If you are in a business of sales, or you are any form of business at all, right, there are two things that is very key. We have the entrepreneurs and we have the salesperson. Okay, look at the key features of each of them. The salesperson, they purchase products. I've been saying this over and over again, especially in an insurance business. If you appear too salesy to a client, they will run from you. Because client can feel it when you are too pushy, when you are trying to sell something to them, right? Everybody wants an expert that will solve their problem. They have a need, okay? That's why they come to you. So if you are not able to identify that need and resolve and solve that certain problem, trust me, they will not buy from. So stop pushing product to people, right? And this does not really, it's not about being an insurance agent. Whether you are selling mortgage, you are selling coaches, you are selling real estate, you are selling, digital business, whatever you are selling, right? If you are too pushy, you cannot scale. Now, number two, transaction focus. A salesperson always focus on the transactions, right? They focus on the transactions. They are not really trying to solve a problem. And three is that short-term relationship. They don't really focus on long-term relationship. But look at the entrepreneur. that actually build authority, right? They solve problem, right? For example, if you are a life insurance agent, right, what is the problem of your client? Is it to build wealth? Is it to protect their life? Is it mortgage? Is it short term? Is it long term? Is it, so you should be able to identify all these key things in order for you to be able to solve the problem. Value focus, you deliver value. People don't buy product, they buy value, right? The reason why you see those high top producers is because they actually add value to their life and monetize that value and actually add value to client life. So people don't really buy product, they buy value. And you cannot really give value if yourself is not valuable. Again, long-term relation, they focus on long-term relationship. So if you want to, position yourself, you must able to focus on key long-term relationship. Now, let's look at the key pillars of authority positioning. Everybody type key pillars of authority positioning. Authority positioning. Number one, expertise. Now, you must have deep knowledge in your areas. If you, let's say, for example, your niche is, let's say your niche is a medical professionals, you must understand what are their pain points. For example, medical professionals, one of their pain points is crazy taxes. And you must have a deep understanding of how you can actually leverage on different strategies to solve that problem, right? Two, content, valuable information sharing. Don't go to Facebook, LinkedIn, or social media and start creating content for the sake of maybe you want to sell to them. The client can feel that, right? Stop doing that. If you want to really position yourself, right, you should be able to give valuable content with the intention of just sharing for information purposes alone, right? Create content that add value to client life. Result, right? You must have a proven result. Okay, you must have a proven result that will people can actually say, oh, this person, this is what he has been able to do. And again, award and certifications media, right? You must be able to, present yourself in such a person that have a lot of accolades, award, credentials, because these are things that will make people to actually see you as an authority. Now, how do you define your niche clearly? It all depends on your goal. It all depends on who do you want to serve. Now, everybody type in the comment section, who do I want to serve? Type it. Who do I want to serve? Define your niche clearly. If you don't identify who do you want to serve, you might not really be able to clearly define your niche. This is an example. New immigrants seeking financial protections in new country is a niche. As a new immigrant, if your niche is to focus on new immigrant, everything, your content, your informations, everything you do should focus on new immigrant. You cannot do new immigrant today and tomorrow you probably say business owners, or you have to. All right, high income earners, doctors need tax strategies like I mentioned earlier, right? If your niche is medical professionals or business owner, define it and follow that path. And legacy planners, we have parents building generational wealth, right? These are some of the ways in which you can define your niche clearly. Again, if you are defining your niche, you must be able to understand their pain point. Everybody type in the comment section, everyone is not a market. Everyone is not a market. That is the mistake I made when I started my business, and I don't want anybody to, to make that mistake. So if you are just joining, please share this to your friends, share it to your colleagues so that they can have this information. These are the things that I've put together in the years of building this business, because information is very, very key. Let's move forward. Build your expertise platform, right? This is how to position yourself as an authority in your niche. Number one, host live sessions, question and answers, webinars, and interview. You should be able to show your face out there and put yourself as a problem solver. Event like this, create events, interviews, let people see you as an authority in that field. Write articles or books. If you are an expertise, if you want to build an authority, if you want to be that go expert, you should be able to be writing articles and books. If you are telling me that, okay, you've gained valuable experience regarding your professions, come out and tell us, put it together in a books, all right, articles. Again, you should be able to engage in public speaking, events, and conferences. You should be able to, let people see you talking about a particular area, especially in your niche and social media presence. You must be visible. One of my mentors will tell me, no matter what you know, if you are not visible out there, you don't know anything. So you should be visible out there, right? Now, let's move forward. Create high value content. Now, this is one thing I want you to understand in the business of sales or coaching or service, right? You should be able to create high value content. How do you do that? You first identify problems. Now, when I came to this country as an immigrant, one of the things that make me to wake up at night is debt. All right. And trust me, there are 3 problems that are confronting Canadians. Number 1, debt. 2, taxes. And 3, investment options. If you are able to solve these 3 problems, you position yourself as an authority in your niche. Everybody type debt. 3 problems that are confronting Canadians. Please put it in the comment in the chat button. Debt, taxes, and investment option. People have money, but they don't know how to invest this money. People are struggling with taxes and people are struggling with debt. Number 2, you should be able to provide solutions to that problem you've identified. Share actionable strategies. See, you don't tell me, if you tell me, if I have a debt and you're telling me, I can help you to pay your debt. How? You should be able to tell me actionable steps, all right? If I can pay, if it probably to pay the highest interest debt first, before I can, go to the lower debt, or I should list the debt out first, right? Maybe list the debt out first, pay the higher interest debt first, create, put it on autopilot. These are the actionable steps that the client want to know, because that's their problem, and they want you to tell them, how can I create an actionable steps to pay up that debt? And you should be able to show results. Use stories, stats, and visuals. A lot of people are struggling with debt in this country. Research has shown that not only in Canada, all over the world, people are struggling with debt, mortgage, credit card, finance, and all of that. And these are the problems that we immigrants are facing because of lack of financial education. It happens to me. And that is why I can put it together and tell you that if you are able to solve that, you will create, you make good money. Because by adding value to people's life, by solving their problem, the higher problem you solve, the more money you make. So look for big problem to solve, and trust me, you make good money. Now, as a part of you to be that Go expert, all right, you should showcase client win, right? Each time you solve a certain problem with a client, tell that client, right? Showcase that client on your social media page, right? Show to people that you are the Go expert that help the client to solve that problem. Ask for review after every close. These are the things that a lot of us are missing, especially when a client has a very good experience, right? Ask them to go to your Google, Google for my business, and put a very fantastic review there and show it to people, right? And display authority through other words. Now, you can tell them, they can actually share some word of mouth, go to LinkedIn and share that. I saw one of my colleagues that somebody was, sharing things that, the guy was able to help them to do, and, trying to recommend, because the truth of the matter is that people are looking for trustworthy, expert to handle their finances, to handle their money and all of that. So leverage your license. As a matter of fact, everybody write, leverage your license, please. Everybody write, leverage your license. As an insurance agent, as a mortgage broker, as a real estate broker, everybody wants to deal with people that have license, right? In this country, Canada, right? In United States, every part of the world, anybody that holds a certain certification, people want to deal with them. Number 1, credibility, right? Your license sets you apart. Think about people. If you are telling me that I'm a coach, I'm a finance coach, and you don't have any form of certification, I might trust you, but if you have certification, license, it builds more trust and confidence in what I am doing if I want to deal with you. So your license is very, very important. Stay compliant, but don't be silent. We are running a very highly compliant business. You must be able, you must stay compliant every time. Protect your license, right? Do all the seal credits, anything that is not compliant, anything that does not conform with your business that may actually put you into problem, please stay away from them. Again, expert knowledge, license to explain what others Google. Now, if you are in a business, especially with a licensed business for that matter, right? People can actually search your information, right? So it gives them more confidence to come to you and deal with you. And this is something I noticed a lot. Anytime I'm presenting to people, I always want to display my license and let them know that I'm licensed in so province, this province, and this province, and that province. It gives them that confidence to deal with you, because they know that if anything happen, if anything go wrong, they can run to the regulators and report you. So people really want to, if you are in a business like this, you must be able to do that. Collaborate strategically. Everybody write collaborate strategically. Collaborate strategically. If you want to position yourself as a niche, you must be able to collaborate, number one, with a realtor. If you are a licensed insurance agent, for example, and you want to scale, you must make sure that you collaborate with a realtor. Because, for example, where I came from, right, one of the things that we cherish most is to buy houses. An average African want to have a house on his own. They want to have at least something that they can say, this is my own, right? So if you want to scale, right, or you position yourself as you must be able to collaborate with realtors, lawyers, okay, accountants, and financial planners. All these people, they have their own client and they are looking for services. I was talking to a CPA today, and he was telling me that, look, I am trying to put some things together, bringing real estate together, lawyers together, and I just want to make sure that anybody that meets me, I want to make sure that it's going to be a financial supermarket. All right. So everything you need, your mortgage, your real estate, your trust, your wealth building, your insurance, everything is well taken care of. So you should be able, you must collaborate if you want to position yourself as a niche, all right, as an authority in your niche. Speak in your client language. Let me tell you one thing that can really slow you down in this business is when you are too much of big grammars, right? See, clients really don't care about product. What they want is peace of mind. What they want is protection. Think about it. A client come to you and you started talking, you use big grammars. They don't care, right? Speak their language, avoid jargon, simplify complex ideas, right? If you are selling insurance, for example, okay, and you have a client, you should be able to ask questions. What is the reasons why you want to put this? If anything happens to you today, what do you think will happen to your family, right? What do you think will happen to your mortgage? What do you think will happen to you? What legacy do you want to leave for your children? These are the things that the client want to hear. Client doesn't really care about the product, and you should be able to speak their language. The reason why they come to you, speak to them. Don't start talking grammars. Don't start talking about products. Don't start talking about, they don't really care about that. Focus on benefit, peace of mind, legacy, tax savings. Now, if you are in front of a client, right, what they want to hear is how my retirement going to be, right? Are you aware of how much you're going to get when you retire in Canada? or whatever you hearing me? What if you put X amount here that will give you this money when you retire tax-free, right? So talk to their pain point, simplify, talk about the benefit, and be relatable, connect on human level, right? They should be able to relate with you, right? Don't actually put yourself in a situation where your client, that person that you're trying to help, cannot relate with you. I mean, think about it. If you are want to, you want me to be your client, and I cannot relate with you directly. You send me an email, it take you days, weeks before you reply me. I send a text message to you, you don't reply me back immediately. These are the things that really make people to be pissed off when it comes to building and creating an authority. Be an authority in your niche. So all these things, it's very, very key. You must be very, very careful when you are dealing with people. Be visible consistently. Be visible consistently. Like I mentioned, everybody type be visible consistently. Be visible consistently. If you want to scale and you want to be that go expert, you want to be an authority, you must be visible. No matter how brilliant you are, if you are not visible, you don't know anything, right? Number one, weekly content. You should be able to come up with an actionable steps. How many times do I want to be creating content every week? Either by ways of posting videos and all of that. You must be able, video posting tips, right? You must be able to do that if you want to be an authority in your area. Number two, you must be 100% committed. Everybody type 100% committed. You must be 100% committed. It's not something that you do today and probably maybe next week you're gonna these are the things that have been, our body is designed in such a way that anything that's going to help us to grow, our body will not quickly respond to it positively. Imagine you wake up in the morning and the alarm ring and something is telling you just remain on the bed, give me 10 minutes more, this is the way our system, that is the human nature. But the truth is this, right? You must be 100% committed. For you to be an authority, you must be 100% committed, and you must give time before you start judging yourself. Oh, I didn't do well. No, at least give a minimum of 3 months, 90 days before you start judging your result, right? Before you start judging your result, give yourself some time, right? And that's you should be able to okay, this is what I've been able to do. This is a case study of one of my mentee, right? So from 0 followers, between 1 month to 3 months to 3 weeks, posting education, content about immigrants, how to help them to reduce taxes, build wealth, investing. By 4 to 6 months, he has been able to build growth and engagement, and now is closing 6 figures monthly. And I tell you, you probably may say it's not possible. Let me tell you this, right? You cannot serve everybody. If your client is high ticket client, like medical professionals, like business owners, right? You can close a deal that will give you more than 6 figures, right? If you do a one corporate life insurance for medical professionals or business owners, right? I've seen a client, I met an advisor last year, and he said, Oludare, I have an advisor that closed a deal of about over $1 million. It happens. So don't think it is not possible, because the fact is that a lot of people say, how could that possible? It is possible. Everybody type it is possible. If you believe it, it's possible. It's just your mind that is telling you that it's not possible. You can become a 6 figures in 1 month, right? You can become in 6 months. It all depends on what you really want for yourself. And it does not require you to be doing extra. All you need to do is what you are doing. Just be consistent about it. You're going to get the result. So, action plan. Okay. So, week 1, define your niche and message your niche, right? You must be very, very, very determined about this. All right. You must be able define your niche and messages. The thing is this, right? One thing I noticed about and it happens to me. I'm just telling you what my experience in this business, right? People really don't want to do things that will increase their, wealth, that will increase their life, right? That will change their life. They don't want to do that. You must have an actionable plan. Week one, define your niche and message all you need to do. Between 2 to 3 weeks, right? Build your content calendar. Like, don't make it too complex, right? You should be able to have actionable plan. Now, once you define your niche, right? Build content calendar. Before you build your content calendar, these are the things I want you to do. Number one, you must identify the problem of your niche, right? If you don't understand, if you don't identify those problems and have a clear goal, clear strategies to to solve that problem, you cannot be an authority, right? You must be able to identify the problem, then put up action strategies. So when doing that, we give you an idea of how do you want to build your content calendar, right? So, and you must start from the the simple to the complex. Now, if you are, for example, you want to start with an immigrant, for example, you cannot tell me that the first thing you want to start is how to use complex strategies to build wealth when they are struggling with debt. You should be able to come up with strategies to solve that. I mean, what is the need for somebody owing a lot of debt and you are telling that person to come and build wealth, right? You are paying 22% on credit card debt, right? And you are telling that person to come and save and make 8% rate of return, 10% rate of return. What is the sense in that? It doesn't make any sense. So you should be able to come up with a clear strategies, all right, that will match up with the problem they are facing, right? 3, week 4 to 8, get testimonial and show results. So once you are able to come up with strategies, actionable steps to help them to solve those problems, you should be able, once they are able to do that. For example, I remember when I started my business in 2021, right? Prior to that, I was owing about $50,000 in credit card debt, all right? And one of the things that make me to go into entrepreneurship is, number one, I want to have my time, and I don't want to wait for anybody to pay me to give me check before I feed my family, right? And I want to retire whenever I want. So that alone is a big why for me to put more into that business. And I do tell you today, if your why is not big enough, right, you cannot become an entrepreneur, because you, along the line, you see a lot of things that will make you to say, I'm going to give up. Rejections, pushback from people and all of that, but I never give up, right? So getting my license in 2 months, I was able to pay up that debt. That's a very big testimonial. So if you are coming to me today or you are listening to me and you are struggling with debt, this is time for you to I can actually help you to put up actionable steps to clear that debt and show you a path of making extra income. And you must be able to stay consistent minimum, right? This is how to build momentum. You must be consistent in whatever you are doing. If you're not consistent, you cannot build it. You cannot become that goal expert. All right. And see, if you are able to do this, trust me, you're not going to get that result. Now, I want you to take a moment and reflect and ask yourself, how many times have you been attending a presentation like this, right? How many times have you been attending webinars, seminars, events? Like for me, I've attended a lot of events. But the difference between those people that are successful and not successful is because the successful people, they take action immediately, right? So if you are ready to scale and you want to position yourself as an authority, I want you to scan this QR code and book a one-on-one call with me to show you how we have been able to help other people build six-figure businesses with no experience. I'm telling you that you can build six-figure business in 6 months with zero experience in financial services, in sales, and whatever you want to. If you are in real estate, if you are selling mortgage, if you are selling coaches, if you are selling digital marketing business and all of that, this is for you, right? But this is the truth, right? When we put things out like this, people don't implement it, and there is nothing. If it doesn't work, it means that you don't follow everything we actually discuss here today. So book a one-on-one consultation call with me, and I'm going to walk you through and show you how you can actually become an authority in your niche. So thank you for listening. I'm just going to stop if you still want to scan the QR code, you can just do that before I remove it from the screen. But if you have any question, please feel free to type your question in the comment section so that we can both look at. Like I said, this is an interactive session. I don't want to just come here, all right, and just begin to talk alone. No, it has to be interactive. So if you have any question, you can just put it in the chat so that we can actually look into it. Thank you so much. Any question, please? Just put it in the chat. If you have any question, put it in the chat. Okay. I think everything is people follow expert. Yes, thank you so much. I know people follow expert. Yeah. I'm just going through the chat box and see. Yeah. Repetition. Thank you. Oludare repetition. Yeah. Right. Nice. Yeah. Thank you. So part of what you're going to be doing here every week, okay, is that we have action-packed topics for insurance agents and people that are into service, like real estate, like mortgage agent, like other areas. We're going to be putting it together every week. Again, we'll be also be inviting experts to come and talk about different areas of things that are really affecting their business that will actually make them to scale. So we'll be inviting experts from other areas like real estate agent, like mortgage agent, like people that specialize in coaching and all of that. And of course, we're also looking to we're actually offering a free coaching session for people that really want to scale. We are going to start that very, very, very soon. And if you really want to be mentored for free, right, you can scan the QR code once again in order for you to get what things that you need to know. But the reality about this business and about being an entrepreneurship is that if you don't have a mentor, it will be very difficult for you to scale, right? A mentor will actually make your journey to be much, much easier. A journey you will have probably been maybe used 3, 4, 5 years to do, will actually maybe with your mentor, maybe a year, 2 years. So if you want to really scale, you want to follow somebody who has actually go through that process before. All right. So it is very important. In where I came from, I know a lot of us, we don't have that system there. But in this digital era that we find ourselves, you must have a mentor if you really want to scale, right? You must have a mentor if you want to scale. So try to find one. And everybody has an area of specialization, right? Even as an insurance agent, you cannot be a jack of all trades. I'm not saying that you should not know everything, but at least focus on a particular area and be an expert in that area for you to become that go expert that people can actually sort for. Because if you don't have that, it is very difficult for people to say they want to deal with you if they don't know what you really stand for, right? So it is very, very key. I know that a lot of us will have questions, and if you have any question, you can book one-on-one consultation call with me. I'm ready to share my experience, my knowledge, and all of that with you in order for you to scale. So once again, I want to thank everyone for joining today. It has been a very fantastic session. So next week is going to be another topic. And again, we also have an event for tomorrow, which is going to be for medical professionals. So I have events every Friday and Saturday. For Saturday, it's going to be medical professionals. If you want to specialize on high ticket client, all right, I will also encourage you to join tomorrow's sessions, and I'll be talking about smart planning for medical professionals in Canada. These are the things you need to learn. These are the things you need to equip yourself, because one thing that I noticed about all these high ticket clients is that they have a pain point and they are looking for people that will help them to solve that problem. So if you understand their pain point and you have deep understanding of their problem, trust me, you will scale like very, very fast. Okay, so we'll be discussing about that tomorrow. So if you know any medical professionals looking to retire early, right, reduce his taxes and invest smartly, tell them to join tomorrow 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, we'll be here together, discuss about smart retirement plan. And going forward, we'll also be talking about other topics too, especially how they can actually use their holding companies to build massive wealth. And these are the things that people really want to know. So some of us, we don't really know what is holding company, what are retained earnings, how do we even how do we even generate retained earnings, where does retained earning come from, how do we invest retained earning in order for them to save on taxes and to build retirement, right? These are the things they want to know. So join us tomorrow again, the same time. Let's talk about how we can help medical professionals to build wealth. And if you want to also specialize in medical professionals, right, you want to be that go expert that they can actually sort for to help them, all right, you can also join me as well. So in order for us to help them to build, it has been an amazing session. I want to say thank you once again for joining. For any information, if you have any question, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be more than happy to to answer your question. Thank you for joining, and see you next week. Bye for now.